Now, Stevie is throwing money around everywhere at the moment. He's already got a bet with Xhaka that was it Ekitike would score more than João Pedro.
Yep.
And you now had a bet with me that Eze will not start against Liverpool this weekend, next weekend.
Right.
Which side of the bets would you be on, Ali, of those two?
Against whatever Stevie's betting on.
Well, it's funny that. Do you remember the last time we had this conversation about a player?
About what player?
How stupid. There's no... Of course Modric's going to start. First game of the season.
Oh, did I put any money on that, Stevie?
Well, only because I never asked you to.
What, did you put any money on it?
No.
So we're just talking about the bets.
I'm just saying.
Just talking about the bets.
We had exactly the same conversation 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
And who was right and who was wrong?
Modric did start today, so I was right. Frank?
No, he didn't.
Modric started today.
No, he didn't start the first game of the season. That's what you said.
He wasn't ready. He had a little niggle.
That's what you said.
He had a little problem.
Oh, he had a little problem?
Yeah.
So he actually came on in the game then. So it couldn't have been that bad a problem.
Couldn't start.
Yeah.
What in your betting history in this show? What's your record so far?
Yeah, he's not won a bet, I believe.
Okay, well that's... Maybe he's due. Maybe he's due.
Oh, I'm in a bit of a...
Well, you had the $50 bet with me,
right,
which you lost.
Right.
I can't remember you having many others, actually.
Yes,
normally. Don?
No.
Kieran?
Kieran.
Yes, you did. Yes.
I did with the bet with Kieran.
There we go.
Yeah.
Did you win that one?
Yeah, I did, yes.
All right, okay.
There we are.
Yeah.
Frank, which bet, well, would you take both of those bets, that Ekitike would score more than João Pedro, or indeed, Eze will not start against Liverpool?
I think Stevie will be wrong for Eze. I think Arteta has no choice but putting Eze on the weekend. So I think I would go for that one, yeah.
Yes, there we are.
I'm quietly confident, boys.
You seem very proud of yourself.
I lost all my questions.
I'm pretty sure, because here's the thing.
Okay.
Bukayo Saka won't start.
Correct.
Right? Which means Modric will play on that side. I think Odegaard might be okay. He might recover. And
Dr. Stevie.
If he does,
okay, Dr. Nicol.
If he does, then he'll start.
But Stevie, that's not the same. That's not the same bet. If Odegaard plays, the bet doesn't stand.
The bet is.
If Odegaard plays, the bet doesn't stand because it's not the. That's not the same problem.
Is Thomas Frank proving he's one of the best managers in the?
That's not the bet. The bet is he won't start.
Okay, right.
Got nothing to do with anything else.
Is Thomas Frank?
If the others are injured.
Is Thomas Frank proving he's one of the best managers in the Premier League now that he's at a club with money? Stevie.
Well, I must admit, I was a little unsure when they gave him the job to start with.
Okay.
Primarily because I thought the type of players that Brentford bring in suited the way he coached. So I wasn't 100% sure whether that would translate, dealing with different types of players. But obviously I was wrong. And so Thomas Frank has absolutely put himself right up there with some of the best coaches. To do what he's doing so quickly is fantastic.
Ali, start, bench or drop. Which team should be most worried about this weekend's results? Atleti, City or Bayer Leverkusen?
I'm gonna go start Atletico Madrid.
They got the most worries?
I think we're seeing the same thing from Atletico Madrid.
Sure.
I think we were expecting better, and that's where perhaps I have my concerns here. We're expecting better from Atletico Madrid, and they have not played good opposition. They played Espanyol and Elche, and so that's concerning. And this game against Elche was at home. Manchester City, I'm gonna bench, and I just didn't see any improvement from what they did last season as to what they have been this year. And so that's why it doesn't quite reach the level of Atletico Madrid, because Atletico Madrid was supposed to be different. And Bayer Leverkusen, I'm selling all of that, because once you see who left the club and the amount of players that left and the manager left, it was an exodus of players, migration totally away from Bayer Leverkusen, and also who came into the club in Erik ten Hag, it's not a surprise that they've lost their first game.
Stevie, you blame Cole Palmer's injury on the Club World Cup.
What?
Will Stevie also blame the Club World Cup for injuries to Saka and Odegaard?
I didn't blame Club World Cup for Cole Palmer's injury.
Didn't you?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, I assumed it was put in here for a reason.
No.
No.
No, I absolutely did not.
Okay. Frank, today was Luka Modric's first start with Milan and had the highest player rating on the team today. Does that say more about Modric's quality or the lack of quality from the rest of the team? They lost 2-1, of course, today.
It's hard to make a statement after one game. Let's say I didn't see the game, so it's hard to criticize and to judge. Luka Modric is a fantastic player, and of course he's not that young, so he's going to give his best. He always did, and you can trust that he will give 100%. The rest of the team, I don't know. I mean, it's always harsh, after one day to say, well, okay, everybody's bad. Modric came, but he's not good enough or whatever. Well, he's the only one. Let's see how it works. Let's say that it was an accident and see if it would be a bad season for AC Milan or not.
Why doesn't Pep just put a midfielder in goal, Ali?
At some point, if you're in goal for Pep Guardiola, you have to have enough confidence in the way that you see what's in front of you and how you process information. And regardless of what the manager is asking you to do on the totality of play in general, there are moments in which playing the ball short is not on. But the only person that can make that assessment is, in this case, the goalkeeper with the ball at his feet. Maybe because you're new and you're Trafford and you're trying to do exactly what you're being told, you feel the pressure to play this ball short all the time. But I tell you what puts more pressure on you, giving up goals like this.
Right.
So I have to imagine that Pep Guardiola would rather have the conversation with him, hey, most of the time, let's try to play it short, rather than saying, why are we giving up that goal? You don't want to give up goals in this manner, and I don't think Manchester City can afford to do that, but Trafford is the one that can make that decision and play beyond that pressure.
I had Ronnie Moran in my head there again.
Ronnie Moran, assistant to Kenny Dalglish at Liverpool, of course.
So clearly that's how they play when they do their practice games, they do all their preparation, the goalie throws it to the middle, it comes back, the whole thing. Now, if Trafford did that and Ronnie told him to play a ball into the middle to get it back to play it, and Trafford went up to Ronnie and said, but you told me to do it, Ronnie would go,
Yeah.
really? If I told you to jump off a 20-story building, would you do it?
Right.
That's exactly what he would have said.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, Frank,
You're right.
concentrate. This is quite a long-winded question. Get ready. Consciously
Okay.
or unconsciously, do adults adjust their play when up against a 15-year-old? For example, would a defender be more cautious than usual out of fear of potentially injuring them, or do you treat them like any other adult? That, of course, in reference to the youngster coming on today for Arsenal.
No, and I'm going to be very hard on that young player. I mean, I was very happy to see him coming, Doman, but you come to my game, you come to an adult's game, I'm going to teach you, some lessons. I'm going to be even harder than anybody else.
Right.
To tell you that it's not going to be an easy world that you are coming in. Really, I was very happy to see that young guy. And when I'm out of the game, I always want the best for the players. But I never been confronted to that kind of players, but I would have played against a player like that. I can tell you, the first ball that he touches, if I'm close to him, the guy's in danger. He would have been in danger. Just for me to make sure that the guy will respect me and not start having fun.
It's the complete opposite of the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very professional answer, isn't it?
Straight off the bat, this 15-year-old is not going to make me look stupid today.
Okay.
And I'm going to do exactly what it takes to make sure that doesn't happen.
There's actually in Major League Soccer, there is precedent in all of this with Freddie Adu. And in the case of Freddie Adu, it was even worse because MLS was building all of their marketing package around Freddie Adu. So it created, even before he stepped on the field, it created resentment.
It was a target on his back.
Absolutely, it created resentment. It built a humongous target around his back. And so players were not only in to physically get into the face of Freddie Adu, they're also there to send a message that is filled with, this guy, just walking in, is making more money than I have in building this league and giving him an opportunity to play. He's gonna know, maybe he's gonna make the money, maybe he's gonna be great, but today, he's gonna get his backside handed to him.
Last question, and it's continuing that kind of theme, Ali. Do you guys believe giving lots of admiration to young players before they've achieved anything helps them to develop their skills or hinders them from getting any better because they think they're already a superstar before they achieve anything?
There has to be a balance here. You have to nurture the talent and recognize that there is unique talent, that this player can do special things. So as teammates, you recognize that, but just as quickly as you recognize that and you acknowledge that, you take it away from him. And you take it away not by being in his face or demeaning towards him, just joking around in the locker room.
Right.
Just treating that player as a 15-year-old, the same way that you would treat another 15-year-old. And any 15-year-old that walks into a professional locker room walks into a hostile environment in which you better be ready to have a thick skin. Right. You better be ready to deal with the jokes. You better be ready to handle the day-to-day. And no better way to keep a 15-year-old humble than being in a locker room, and a good locker room at that.
Maka talks about it when he was with your boys.
It's just, you've got little hand grenades in your pocket and you're just going like that. Every now and again.
Yeah.
Just every now and again, just to keep them on the toes. Pull the pin.
That is it. That brings us to the end of today's show. Thank you very much. ESPN FC returns to your screens tomorrow. We'll be reflecting on Real Madrid against Oviedo.